Some of this on Wikipedia Discord they are discussing apparently Exostriker and Stranik deliberately chose to play blue versus yellow as the Ukrainian flag.
Nice.
Yes. It's something I think about when I see blue and yellow together. But anyway, that's a different series, and we are in this series where we have the blue Terran player representing Team Roti, coming from Italy. It is BabyMarine.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Berlingrad LE, we have the Finnish Zerg player himself representing Gova Esports. It is Mixu. Oh boy, let's go. Again, one of the higher profile matches. Honestly, it's such a shame that these two have to face off so early on because, again, when I think of like up-and-coming European players, these are some of the guys that I think of.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we'll see how they fare against each other here. As so far, we see fairly standard stuff. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, so far so good. I don't know if I don't think either one of these players has much of a reputation of being cheesy, but you know, maybe people in the chat can let us know, just because our experiences with these players are very limited, you know. We don't necessarily cast too many European events.
Yeah. That said, I for one, I'm one who likes crazy games. Like, the crazy games are my favorite. Of course, like, you know, the great macro games are great and all. Like, they're nice to see. But the crazy games.
Yes.
Those are the ones.
That's what we're about. That's what we live for. And I'm sure we're going to get one at some point here in this series, especially because Game 1 was on Berlingrad, one of the more aggressive maps.
I feel like Berlingrad fell into that category where it's like, oh yeah, everybody expects it, so it's not going to happen.
Yeah, tell that to some of the Chinese players in the qualifier, okay?
Look, the Chinese players will do it on any map, okay? Doesn't matter.
Fair enough. As we do see BabyMarine being a little bit annoying here with his initial Reaper, he does dip into the natural base, and as a result, he will allow the third to get up and running.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised by that. I thought he would be more annoying there with the Reaper, but he only chased away the drone and kind of let it be.
Yeah, he had a choice to make, and instead he went straight into the natural base. He wanted to try and get that creep tumor, but was forced back. Thankfully, he barely keeps the Reaper alive.
Yeah, nicely done there. But yeah, Mixu just takes his base, has the creep tumor, it has the queen on the front, so he's pretty safe.
Yeah. Mixu, everything's looking pretty standard from our Zerg players so far. You know, they're working on their queens, working on their drones. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, as BabyMarine continues to dance with his Reaper, we see, again, pretty standard opener. We see a third CC before Starport.
Yeah, that's something that's, I would say, definitely is common amongst Terrans nowadays. And yeah, I guess we'll see where it goes. So far, we have the Hellions coming up, soon to join the Reaper for some harassment.
Yeah. I mean, things are kind of shaping up here as, again, BabyMarine is just being as annoying as possible. Whenever he can, he's going to try and dive on one of these creep tumors again, try and delay the macro of Mixu. But he's opening up with a Viking, so he's a little bit more concerned about denying vision. But Mixu had very interesting Overlord pathing. He is here in between the bases, and BabyMarine may not necessarily know where that Overlord is.
Wait, who did that? I think Papa Panda did that, where he would put an Overlord behind somebody's base every time. That's an interesting choice. I feel like people are still not expecting an Overlord to be there, but it seems to be getting a bit more common.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact Zerg player who started doing this. I know Rogue started doing it at one point as well. It's just the meta shifts, right? It's too obvious to have your Overlord at the third base location, and because of that, Terrans had a really easy time at denying vision and denying scouting. So Mixu adapting and going for a bit of a different avenue into that main base, and that means he gets a scout off.
Yeah, The Marine that's waiting on the front of the main base is not
Yeah.
gonna get anything, as the Overlord just sees everything.
Yeah, Funada the Marine, Funada the Viking, they did not find the Overlord where it needs to be. Meanwhile, BabyMarine has kind of opened up a little avenue here into, I mean, I say BabyMarine, I think it was Mixu who was mining it out.
Yeah, Mixu did mine it out.
Yeah. So now there are like multiple avenues of attack here. Oh god, and there are a lot of Hellions, 8 in total.
I mean, there's a lot of avenues of attack, but it also means that the Zerglings and Queens can circle around and possibly surround the Hellions at the right moment.
Oh yeah, he's thinking about it right now. Earlier, again, Mixu has to be careful not to fight too much off of creep as the Queens cannot transfuse, but he's done a decent job of keeping all this alive. Yo, can BabyMarine deny the 4th base? Up! Ugh, never mind.
No, I decides not to. He's actually more focused on denying the creep spread, which is also nice because it means that these Queens will be getting to the Hellions that much slower, but they should be able to remake it fairly fast.
Yeah, still plenty of Queens available here to deny these Hellions. The Hellions aren't going to be able to do too much. Even if they did bypass the Queens, there are Lings to meet them on top of the ramp. Meanwhile, at the same time, Liberator does get into the main base and will deny it quite a bit of mining.
Yeah, 2 drones going down as well, and it's still not dealt with. This Spore Crawler will help now.
But yeah, finally the Liberator is going to go down. At the same time, Hellions try to dive on in, but the Lings do deny them, so BabyMarine, he just can't find a way. He cannot penetrate the defenses of Mixu.
Why are the drones here? The drones also decided to join the fight against the Hellions, apparently.
Look, they wanted to grow up and be a Ling, okay? And after all said and done, quickly checking the vision of Mixu, yes, he did already confirm all the production earlier, is well aware about the bio coming across the map. BabyMarine to be specific.
Okay, BioMine, sure, that can work. I mean, Mixu is mostly focusing on his Lings and Banelings. We haven't seen the Banes yet, but there surely is a lot of Zerglings on the map. And even getting melee upgrades for them, so Widowmace can actually work out pretty well against that.
Yeah, you know, Mixu just going for the stock standard Ling Bane for the time being. Baneling's speed is about to finish up as well, so he will have that for the initial engagement. These Marines are being quite annoying, clearing up a lot of this creep, but again, the Queens survived the early game. They have plenty of energy to respread all the tumors that were just killed.
Yes, indeed. And the creep spread is looking pretty good for Mixu, reaching the half point of the map, as reaching like both sides of his bases, see expanding on the side.
Yeah, exactly.
We may actually catch these Marines.
Oh my god, yeah, decent target fire there, but at the same time, oh my god, the medevac barely manages to escape the clutches of the Queens.
Yeah, it's like 1 hit away. And it almost, the full medevac almost went down, but just in time, BabyMarine moves away.
Yeah, exactly. Now in come those reinforcements. We have another wave of Marines looking to join the fray here. The creep here on the left-hand side of the map isn't looking that great, to be honest, and this base is looking incredibly exposed.
Yes, indeed it is. And now the Marines are moving in. There are even Hellbats to stop the Zerglings. But this is a lot of forces, so BabyMarine has to split really good.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he has a lot of mines to fall back to as well. It's going to be so difficult to really find those bailing connections that he's looking for. He dives in! Oh.
Ooh, that was a lot of friendly fire on these Marines. Look how low they are now, and there are still more Bailings left.
Oh my god, exactly. The Widowmine shots were beautiful for the Zerg player. Not for the Terran player. Mixu, that's exactly what he needed. He holds on to his 5th base. He was even double expanding at the time, which is insane. And now it's going to be that much more difficult for BabyMarine to really do anything. He just lost, what, 5, 6 Widowmines? 4.
Yeah, he lost the Widowmines, he lost most of his Bioforce. He still has the reinforcements, so it's not like he lost everything, but it's definitely gonna be harder for him to contest the Zerg.
Yeah, that's why he does back off. He does clear a lot of creep on the way out, but again, all these Queens are doing their best job to respread said creep and keep it up and running here in the middle of the map. At the same time, Mixu getting ready for a bit of a run by, and again, a lot of the win just came out of the sails of BabyMarine, and now I'm getting a little bit worried. Why? Because it's not just Ling Bane anymore. Hydroden just finished up. Infestation Pit is on the way. Soon, we're going to be seeing lurkers, and the entire dynamic of this game is going to change.
Oh yeah. And I mean, considering this is literally like a pure Marine army with a few Widowmines sprinkled in, like, lurkers should be pretty good.
Exactly. Like, BabyMarine honestly needs to get rid of some of these Marines. He needs to be active, and he is going for a triple drop, which I think is great. He is already working on, if I'm not mistaken, did I see the Ghost Academy? No, okay, I didn't. Hopefully he starts working on a Ghost Academy soon. At the moment, again, it is still just pure Marine. There it is. He's listening to the stream. Ghost Academy's on the way.
Yeah, another Widowmine shot, but it barely gets them. Ooh, actually, so many Marines fall down to the Banelings. BabyMarine wasn't quite paying attention to that.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, Mixu has to be careful not to overextend. He had a great engagement here in the middle of the map, but there are still tanks at home to defend, so is forced a little bit back for the time being. Triple drop does finally get here towards that 4th base. What Mixu sees?
Yeah, Mixu did see it as it's trying to get around the bases, and the whole army is gonna respond, so I don't think it's gonna get too much damage, but there is also the one in the middle of the map.
Yeah, we'll see what this gets done. Yo, picks up a queen. Not bad. It was a high energy queen at that, so some damage is being dealt. The triple drop is still alive. Oh, I almost spoke too soon. Oh, no! No!
Yeah, one of the two of the medivacks, in fact, fall down. And all 3 of them were full.
BabyMarine, please. And just like that, all the aggression has been stopped. And look at how the turns table. Like, the creep is now getting out of control. Like, now that Mixu has momentum, everything is going in favor of the Zerg player. Oh my god. Incredible Widowmine shot, but that's not going to be enough.
Yeah, the Banelings just roll in, even destroying both the building command center and the planetary. But Mixu does lose quite a few forces, but I mean, he did take the base.
He got 2 bases, bearing in mind. There was a building CC in that as well, so he was able to knock everything down. At the same time, BabyMarine tries to go for a counter-strike, but we have plenty of Ling Bane to defend. And when it comes to those lurkers, I don't think I saw the lurker den. No, we still don't have a lurker den, just working on our hive upgrades, just sticking with Ling Bane Hydra.
Yep, as it drops right now. And we even have Kuro on the way as well. I mean, why not?
Yeah, why not, you know, force your opponent to scan. And this is the scary thing about Berlingrad. Because it's so small, honestly, there aren't a lot of bases to take. Very quickly, we get into this split map scenario, and very quickly we can see people mine out. So, BabyMarine, I feel like he's kind of struggling a little bit here to really get his economy going. Like, he can barely get another base up and running.
And another, like, ooh, this was actually a massive Widowmine hit on all of this Ling Bane. They still do quite a lot of damage, but they stopped the Mixu's attack for now.
Yeah. The problem is that Mixu, he can afford this. Like, look how many bases he has. He has, what, 2, 4, 6, 7 bases right now. BabyMarine is still on 3. He's trying to get a 4th up and running. Mixu is so rich. He can afford so much. And, again, he wants to clear up some supply because Lurker Den just finished.
And then, now here go the snipes, getting a queen at first. But yeah, I don't know. Like, if you just look at the minimap, the Zerg is just spreading more and more, and the Terran is starting to get a little bit squished.
Yeah, exactly. Thankfully, BabyMarine will get this 4th base up and running. It will turn into a planetary. He's trying to double expand as the 5th base is also on the way at the same time, but Mixu is here to deny him. And yeah, he's going for the checkmate move. It isn't just about the lurkers, he's also going for double Nidus.
Ooh. Double even. Wait, hold on, why do you get double Nidus?
There are a couple of different things you can do. You can have 1 Nidus in the main and 1 Nidus with your army, and you can just teleport in, you know, instead of going all the way back home. Also, with double Nidus into the main base, it's just to make sure that they finish. Like, even if the Terran player responds with his reinforcements, he may kill 1 Nidus, but will he kill both, you know?
Oh, some nice snipes on the queens, as we have nukes in production, in fact.
Well, yeah, we are going full late game. The ghost count is looking pretty healthy here for BabyMarine, but again, it's about how many bases he can get, and I'm worried because we now have detection in the natural. Oh, but it looks like BabyMarine, he's noticed.
Yeah, he did. Oh, another Ling Bane force rolling. Army. The tanks were actually blinded, so these Banelings just destroy another base.
Not just the base, 30 SCVs just went down at the same time. We have another force here towards the northern side of the map as well. The Hydras barely getting on top of those tanks. And BabyMarine, sure, he denied any kind of Niduses going into his base, but he still lost his 4th. And the burrow!
Once again, he has to waste the scans on the borrowed links. And Mixu is sending these smaller forces at the top, which don't really do much, but at least they keep BabyMarine on his toes. Oh, hello.
Exactly. Now it's BabyMarine to be the aggressor. We have a nuke here at the 4th base, but there's no mining. It doesn't even matter if that 4th base goes down. At the same time, Mixu comes into the planetary and it's gonna go down. Ah!
Yeah, just rolling banning straight into the army. Like, there's so many of them that it doesn't actually matter because it just destroys everything on his way.
Yeah, exactly. And the problem is that BabyMarine, he is running out of money. He's running out of mining right now. He barely has any mineral patches here at his 3rd base. The 4th, it just keeps getting hit over and over and over again. And sure, there are some ghosts, but and they're efficient. But how efficient are they really?
Yeah, indeed. And as you said, he even went for the nuke, but the nuke didn't really do much because the base that he targeted wasn't mining in the first place. So, yeah, it just does not look good for BabyMarine right
Yeah,
now.
honestly, this is really smart by Mixu. The closer bases, this 4th and this 12 o'clock base, doesn't have any drones. Why? Because it's important for him to mine out the fringe bases first, because if he's going to lose a base, it's going to be these fringe bases. So might as well mine them out ASAP before that happens. Or for when that happens, he's going to have plenty of mineral patches to fall back to.
Yeah, that's a very smart way to manage your resources. When you have basically the control of the map, then may as well mine out the bases that are more far away from you, and just keep the rest as a backup.
Yeah, he's essentially mining BabyMarine's bases right now. Like, even here, he's expanding even more aggressively. Meanwhile, okay, a lurker does get taken down. We did see a switch into infestors. We haven't really seen too many spellcasters come into play, but honestly, that's because we don't really need too many of them, as all these the tank count getting reset once again.
Yeah. This time, the base does stand, but the question is for how long.
Yeah. Oh boy. Thankfully, BabyMarine also realized that there were a couple of like following SCVs, and the double dynasty's getting into the main.
Yeah, the Overseer just goes in despite being under fire, and the Nidus, I mean, there is a tank.
Oh, yeah, exactly. But I mean, this is the power of the Nidus. Like, what does this force? This forces some supply to stay at home. A tank and 2 ghosts, they're not going to be a part of a main army, and every single ghost matters.
Yeah, indeed. The problem for BabyMarine is that, like, you know, he's running out of bases and he has to keep remaking his army, and then he also has to split that army. And even when he does, as you can see, like, the tanks aren't even that much useful.
Yeah, BabyMarine, he's just spread so thin. The bio army was not where it needed to be. The tanks were left so exposed. They all go down. Base forced to lift up as well.
Nice zoom on the dog.
We see another base that doesn't have any mining. Again, as soon as Mixu takes a new base, he takes all of his drones here from the bottom left and moves them all over. It's great.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I don't think I've seen other players do that all that much.
I mean, honestly, on Berlingrad, this matters so much more. Because again, if we look, every single base on the map has been taken. Like, it is so important to manage your resources. It is so easy to run out of resources on this map.
Yeah, I feel like it's part of why we see it here is also because of the position that Mixu is in this game. Like, where from pretty much the very beginning, he had the control of the whole map. Like, every now and then, BabyMarine tries to harass his bases, but usually it doesn't do too much.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, we see another harassment force here. Ooh, 3 lurkers go down in this attack, though. Not the best engagement from Mixu. At the same time, we see a nuke from the low ground. Ah!
He's looking for it. He can see
Mixu,
it.
pull back! No! Mixu!
Pull them!
Not like
Mixu!
this!
Mixu! Ah! Okay, Aldros survive.
Okay. He does survive. At the same time, we see another double drop here towards the north. And, he's going to be able to focus down this hatchery. It looks like it will go down. The army is going to be able to force this back. But again, mate, we can just transfer them over. It's all good.
Yeah, he literally just transfers them out. Oh, yeah. Yep. We're already ready for that. But this is such a risky spot in it, because as we saw before, like, the ghost can easily get to range on this base just from the base of the Terran.
Yeah.
So it's a bit harder to defend for a Zerg, but I mean, it's still not too bad.
I think the most important thing that has happened here is that BabyMarine now has 4 bases. Like, sorry, 5 bases. He's been trying desperately, and for a long time, Mixu was killing planetary after planetary. But for the past couple of minutes, like, Mixu hasn't been fighting very well. Like, he hasn't been able to overwhelm and take out these bases the same way he was before. So, BabyMarine is stabilizing, and now he's maxed out.
Yeah, and now Mixu is being attacked into space once again, as he's trying to get these Niduses in the back, but it looks like they will be defended once again.
Yeah, the Niduses will not finish. They get taken out one after the other. The Ghosts take out one of these hatcheries towards the bottom left as well. So again, now BabyMarine, he's making moves happen. His bank isn't as large as Mixu's, but, you know, he's fighting well regardless.
I mean, I guess if one like something that Terrans are pretty good at is like being the turtle. So I guess, you know, once he establishes those bases, like, they are pretty strong.
Oh yeah, yeah, and now he's looking to take another base. Again, this base isn't as valuable for BabyMarine just because there's already been so much mining here, so it's it's that much weaker. But every base matters, and we see another nuke.
Up, 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 up. One of the drones actually gets hit. Oh no.
Not like this. Mixu, I feel like he's gonna have to focus on one of these areas soon. He's working on his spellcasters, Infestors and Vipers are on the way. He's perfecting his army, which is good. But he still needs a little bit more time, and the more time he gives, the more defensible this base is going to be.
Yeah, so like the base right next to the extractors, and this army actually gets crushed by the Terran.
Yeah, again, Ghosts are king in the late game. Ghosts, mate, they do everything. They kill Infestors, they kill Vipers, they kill Lurkers, they kill Broodlords. They're all you need.
A hotkey for the Ghost, a hotkey for the Ghost.
Yes, yes. Go for the copy pasta. Kappa, mate, Kappa. But yeah, like, this does show it, and because of this, BabyMarine, he gets another base up and running. We do see some Niduses. Ooh, one of them will finish this time.
Yeah, and we see a few Lurkers as well as the Lynx in the main base, but Mixu may actually lose this.
Oh no! No, Mixu! Ooh.
Yeah, this time a bit too late, and half of the drones actually goes down.
Oh, but at the same time, Mixu is getting on top of that production, by the way. The Lurkers are just outside the main base. At the same time, Mixu wants to dive in, and it looks like he will. He's going for it.
Yeah, he's going for it. He's blinding the tanks. But there's still more in the back. He's fangirling them, actually.
He neuroparasites the tanks. Let's go. He's trying to take down the tank, and with the power of the tanks, he will.
Yeah, so another base falls down for Mixu, while his natural is actually gone.
Yeah, his natural's gone. Looks like the Lurkers have made their way into the main base. At the same time, BabyMarine goes for a counterattack. He will get the top left, but he loses 3 CCs, or 2 CCs in the process.
Indeed. I mean, the Ghost will clean up the Nidus in the main, but 45 SCVs fell down. Look at the difference in the workers for both players.
Yeah, the economy is deep in the red here in favor of Mixu. And yeah, here, the fresh base, the 4th base, the natural, all died at around the same time. BabyMarine, he's struggling so much to replenish his army. And Mixu, mate, he's still got money for days.
Yeah, I mean, like, he still has this one unmined base in the bottom.
He really does.
It's like barely touched.
Yeah, honestly, this is a great fight here for BabyMarine. He's able to just swallow up all these Lurkers, but at the same time, he was a little bit distracted. Thors, they get neuroparasited. Oh, another base is going to go down. To be fair, there's not a lot of mining, so it doesn't really matter that much, but another great trade here for Mixu. All these tanks are going to go down.
Yeah, a lot of the army falls down. If the orbital goes down as well, that's less Muse for BabyMarine as well. And yeah, once again, I mean, Mixu loses a lot in these attacks, don't get me wrong, but he also gets quite a lot of damage.
Yeah, exactly. And just BabyMarine, he just cannot afford this. I don't know if you noticed, but he just flew his main base over. The main was floated over towards the south. That's how desperate the situation is. No, there's only a single tank to defend. There's nothing here.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately there are only 2 Hydras as well.
There isn't much that shoots up, but BabyMarine, he is struggling right now. He's limping. He's been losing an arm, losing a leg. He's been fighting his heart out. You got to give him props. But again, on a condensed map like Berlingrad, once the Zerg player has momentum, it's so difficult to break free from that. It's so difficult to expand and take more bases.
I like how that orbital doesn't back down. It's like, yeah, there's a Zerg base there. So what?
Yeah.
Keeps flying there.
What are you gonna do about it? It's another one of the fresh bases is gonna get taken out as well. 8 more SCVs go down.
Yeah, all the SCVs go down and that base is on fire as well. And there's nothing to fix it.
Meanwhile, we do have a couple of lightning clouds being thrown down on all of these tanks. The ghosts are not too far away, but the Lings actually come in from behind.
Yeah, part of the army of Mixu tried to ambush the ghost from behind, but it actually did not work quite well, and the front is being cleaned up.
Yeah, solid EMP there by BabyMarine, denying any kind of fungals from these infestors. So once again, he's going to be able to hold on. He's going to try and take down this hatchery, try and expand once again, but he's losing more bases in the process. Like, it's just not working out for him. And once again, even a borrowed Ling. Oh my god.
I like how there are just orbitals floating everywhere.
They're just trying to find a new home, Kuro. They're trying to find a place where they belong.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I think there's literally a single orbital that's landed right now, and that's the one in the main.
Yeah, well, there's...
Oh, sorry, there too.
Oh, yeah, there's one on fire in the main base, randomly for some reason. But here we go. Mixu, once again, just pulling apart his opponent, taking out another 2 tanks. And this is just kind of a slow death here for BabyMarine. Again, just fighting his heart out with this small army, but you know, there's just only so much he can do.
Yeah, I mean, he's winning some of the battles, but like those small battles don't matter if he literally has no place to go.
The CC!
Another orbital is about to fall down, but actually the repair comes right in time.
Oh god, he barely has enough minerals to repair and keep it alive, but no, Mixu, he just comes back in. Fungals will connect with the army, Banelings as well, and this may just be the final fight of the game. The Ghosts are trying their best to try and escape the onslaught, escape the horde, but there's just too much. GG gets called. Mixu takes game 1.
Yeah, GG.
Oh my god, GG. What a game.
What a game indeed.
Yeah. That was, again, very well executed by Mixu. Go on.
I just want to remind everyone, this was game 1 of the series. This is just the beginning.
That was only game 1. What I will add to that is that even though Mixu looked honestly very dominant there in the first game, I do think that was a very unique game as well because of the map. I don't expect the same to happen on this next map that we're going to be loading into.
Yeah, as we are about to begin the Hardwire LE.
Yes.
Making sure we have all the casters ready, as there's quite a few of them.
Map 2 is gonna be on Hardwire, as you said. We're just making sure we have everyone in the lobby. And yeah, I do think that this is a map that BabyMarine is gonna have a bit of an easier time establishing his own side, his own half of the map. But this is also a map that is prone to being split in half as well. So I am a little bit worried for him.
Oh boy.
See here, Muppet in the chat. I've seen a fair amount of Mixu. Is he that young? Oh, apparently he is 19 or 20.
Yeah. Yeah, about to be 20 soon.
Boy. It's goddamn kids.
Yeah, these goddamn kids, I know, right?
Shaking my head. But he's damn good. He's damn good at what he does. Again, you can see a lot of thought and a lot of kind of, again, very intentional play there by Mixu, especially in the late game. It was very well handled.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll see if he can achieve a similar result in game 2. As we are now loaded in to Hardwire LE and looking at the bottom left corner of the map, we have the base of the blue Terran player representing Team Roti and Italy. It is BabyMarine.
And spawning in the top right hand corner of Hardwire LE, we have the Finnish Zerg player himself representing Kova Esports. Currently up 1-0 in this best of 3, only needs one more to move on. It is Mixu.
I just realized. We need to ask Mixu to confirm that Uko means old man.
We do need confirmation. We do.
Because somebody said that Uko is old man in Finnish. So. Yeah, once again, a calm beginning to this game. Nothing crazy from either side.
I mean, Kuro, this is the calm before the storm, okay? Because last game was crazy, it was intense, it was a longer macro game, but we really got to see a lot from what both players have to offer. Again, like, I was really impressed with the control of BabyMarine. We didn't really get to say it too often during the game itself, but he was great even with his EMPs, like with his ghost control. It wasn't very often at all that the investors were really able to be impactful in any of the fights. It wasn't until towards the end where finally some fungals were connecting, finally some neural parasites were coming in.
Yeah, I feel like the investors were mostly effective in like these big fights where like you had just the swarm of Zerg rolling through the base of the Terran. That's where you could really see the investors working out. But in the smaller engagements, it was usually BabyMarine coming out on top.
Exactly. Oh boy. It's just a shame that, again, because the early game went so well for Mixu, he just got control of the map very early on, and it was very difficult for BabyMarine to get that control back.
As once again, BabyMarine just checking how things are on the Mixu side of the map. Once again, he prefers to be aggressive with his Reaper rather than deny the third base.
Yeah, third base gets up and running. I mean, there is value in that because, you know, the Reaper, I guess he wants to just make sure there's no two-base all-in coming, that the drone count is looking quite solid. He's a little bit more concerned with that and less concerned about denying the third.
Yeah. I mean, it looked like for months like it was the standard that either an SCV or the Reaper is denying the third, but apparently not in this game. But speaking of this game, what is that on the production tab like?
Let's go. We have a CC. We have a Ghost Academy in the main base. It's been months since I've seen this. We have a Ghost Rush.
Oh yeah. We see how it works because I know that sometimes it works amazingly and sometimes it falls on its face.
It does.
So we'll see which version we will find. We'll check out, like we will be presented with today.
More often than not, it falls on its face. So we should be seeing an armory with this. This should be a Hellbat Ghost push. Again, the role of the Ghosts are to snipe the Queens, and the goal of the Hellbats are to deal with all those Lings as well. So this is going to be very committed. The problem with this is that, again, if this gets scouted, it's pretty straightforward. You just need Queens, you need detection to detect those Ghosts, and you just need a mass amount of Lings, Ling Bane, maybe even Roach, depending on, you know, how you prefer to defend. So this is very fancy, but as you said, like, sometimes it can fall in its face.
Yeah. Once again, we'll see which version we get right now, as these Hellions are trying desperately to get some damage done, but the Queens are just not letting them enter.
Yeah, I mean, right now, the goal of these Hellions are to just clear creep. Deny as much creep as possible. That'll make this push that much easier, as the first wave of Ghosts are already on the way. They do get spotted by the Overlord, but did Mixu see this? Was he paying attention?
That's a very good question. I mean, he's running the link in right now, and he's gonna see everything. He's not quite looking at the Ghost Academy, as he's trying to deny the add-on.
Yeah, I don't blame him. He's being as annoying as possible, but here we go. The Hellions are here across the map. The Ghosts are here as well. No detection. We do have a Spine Crawler, but there's no mobile detection or either. Like, the lair is still on the way.
Yeah, the lair is still on the way, and actually Mixu was with supply block for a moment, so that delayed him making units even more. In fact, he's droning up.
Oh my god, the confidence of Mixu is insane that he's droning in the face of all these ghosts.
I mean, to be fair, there are two, but still, this is quite a dangerous army.
Exactly, and I think the other interesting part about this, which I know a lot of Terran players have been really enjoying, is that he did this without an armory. There are no Hellbats, it's just Hellion ghosts.
Yeah. Ghosts are slowly but surely sniping the queens, and once they are gone, the Hellions will be able to destroy the mineral lines.
Yeah, oh my god, another snipe, another queen goes down. These are honestly great trades from these Hellions, and again, not overly committed. There's a third CC behind this.
Yeah. And as well as Steam just completed, so there will be a bio coming after that. But for now, BabyMarine is just trying to see what damage he can do.
Exactly. Mixu, he was trying to set up for a little bit of a surround, but he needs to wait a little bit longer for another wave of lings to pop out from that larva. In the end, BabyMarine just has to be careful not to get surrounded, doesn't want to commit too hard, gets another queen. In total, 4 queens have been sniped.
Yeah, very nice for him. But while he's trying to get damage here with the Hellions and Ghosts, like, Mixu is double expanding again.
Yeah, we do have 2 bases on the way, and it looks like a lot of steam has been run out of this push. Like, sure, there are a lot of Hellions, but they have very low HP. At the same time, Mixu goes for a run by, oh, the SCVs! They're gonna get picked up.
Yeah, he didn't quite deny the bird from landing, but it's still gonna delay all the operations here.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you're gonna leave that, right?
I mean, there was a lot of damage dealt to that CC, and now the lings are turning around. The ghosts are getting caught!
Ooh, actually, the ghost gets surrounded, and both of them go down. That's really disastrous for BabyMarine.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue that maybe the ghosts already paid for themselves, but you want to be saving them for later. Like, ghosts are pretty invaluable units. In the end, they did kill 4 queens, so maybe worth it. But BabyMarine is pushing out now. He does have stim, he does have combat shields.
Yeah, once again, this is quite a marine force, but there are already banelings on the way, and they are running right into this army.
Yeah, exactly. Decent surround there by those lings as well. Meanwhile, we have a couple of Widowmines joining the fray. The queens were weakened from earlier. They do not have a lot of energy for transfuse.
They do not. They just have to survive for these banelings to reach the army. And at the same time, while this attack is going on, Mixu did another run by. Oh, okay. Some losses there.
Yeah, decent splits in the end. The Widowmines get cleaned up. Without the power of the Widowmines, BabyMarine, he's forced to turn around and go back home. As you said, there was a little bit of a bane run by more Marines. Sorry, more SCVs went down. And I just realized, Mixu, he has finished droning. 88 drones already. What a madman.
Yeah, look, remember he droned in the face of the attack of the Terran.
True.
It's like, you know what? I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm done.
I'm fine. And now he's done. He's actually making 9 more drones, which is actually insane. Maybe a little bit too many drones there, Mixu, as he goes up to 96 drones.
Is TY playing Zerg now?
He's playing Zerg. Oh my god, the last minute split as well. Mixu going pure Ling, Bane, Muta. Old school here, you love to see it. And again, he has full control of the map now. Thankfully, BabyMarine, you know, he's fully saturated on 3 bases, but taking a 4th from here is going to be a little bit difficult.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, we saw it in the last game. Like, once Mixu gets, like, all these bases set up, like, he starts snowballing really hard. Like, if you just give him control of the map, like, it just doesn't stop.
That's exactly what he is getting. At the same time, Mutas try to go into the natural base, but we have plenty of reinforcements. Mutas do not find a way in. And so far, BabyMarine, he's holding decently well for now, but the Mutas, they're looking to find some more damage, and their eyes are on that armory. Oh no!
Oh yeah. Yep. I was gonna say, to be fair, I'm not sure how I like the choice of Mutas in the face of so many Marines and Widowmines. But they're still getting some damage done.
Yeah, they're doing what they can. I mean, as you said, like the decision of going BabyMarine was already there, and to go Muta in the face of that is pretty ballsy. He goes for another run by. 5 more SCVs go down. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but with a bit of a Baneling run by, he actually got a kill on that 4th building CC. That was pretty crazy.
It was only just started, I think, so
Yeah.
it just dropped down really fast.
Yeah, so even though Mixu did throw away 4 mutas, which is pretty significant, like, with his economic advantage, like, he still just doesn't even care. Like, he's already maxed out.
Yeah, he's maxed out, he's taking even more bases. And, I mean, this army is scary. Like, this is still men with gun, which, as we know, are OP. But I think it looks pretty good for Mixu.
Yeah, what I will say is that Mixu is bleeding out a lot. I think that's like another 4 mutas that go down just because of the missed rally. So he's not executing this in the most clean way possible, but he finds a way into the main base. He takes down the high yield depots as well, and he forces the entire army to come back home.
Yeah, even more SCVs are falling down, as there's a 30 worker gap between the two right now.
Exactly, and the mutas, they don't get taken out, they don't get dealt with, they just find more dead space here, they dance in between all the bases, more lings in the natural, and the army is getting ready to hit that 3rd.
I mean, the 3rd will not be that easy to attack with that wall of depots, so it's a little less convenient for the Zerg. But to be fair, I don't know if Mixu has to attack him. I feel like it's enough if he just defeats the army of BabyMarine in the middle of the map.
I really don't like this. BabyMarine, he's pushing out into the middle of the map. Now is not the time to attack, puppy. Like, you're down in supply, you're down in workers. He's kind of ahead in upgrades. He does have +3 attack on the way, but the mutas, they find a way across the map again. Do take a massive Widowmine shot to the face, though.
Oh, he's going for the armory, which is nice.
Oh.
Actually, is that the only armory?
Yeah, it's being rebuilt immediately, but the mutas, no, they find a way past the army. A lot of mutas did go down, but here we go, that 3rd base we were talking about before. The Bailings, they get a surround on the Thors. At least we did see an evacuation. At least the majority of the SCV survived.
Yeah, indeed. The wall is destroyed though, so BabyMarine will have to rebuild that if he doesn't want to experience even more run-bys in the soon future.
Yeah, and I kind of like this because BabyMarine, he's been weathering the storm. I was afraid of him pushing out earlier, but at least he didn't commit onto creep, and he's been defending well enough to the point where he's catching up in supply. He doesn't have the most amazing economy, but again, he was just able to trade efficiently enough to catch up.
Yeah, and it looks like this time Mixu is going for ultras.
Yeah, I mean, this is a much more natural transition from Ling Bane Muta to go into those ultras, especially because we have Mass Marine. There are no Marauders or no Ghosts.
There is a Tor, 2 of them in fact. But yeah, it's mostly Marine army.
Yeah, unfortunately, BabyMarine has been hyper-focused on his own defenses. He hasn't been paying attention that much to the tech transition of Mixu, and he is just not ready for an Ultra switch. To be fair, neither is Mixu. Like, he's still working on kindness plating.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't really need to hurry, right? Like, he's keeping BabyMarine for the most part on his side of the map, and he has all the control of the map he wants.
Yeah, speaking of control, he dips towards that 3rd base. At the same time, a massive Bane run by. Oh, it will not find too many connections, but we see a full surround on the Marines!
Yeah, and a few of them actually fall down to the Banes, and there's a second wave of Banelings as well that's gonna deal with all of these SCVs.
The planetary goes down. So do all the Marines here. Sorry, all the SCVs in the mineral line. 16 SCVs fall as well. And now Mixu is getting ready to switch into those ultras. Unfortunately, he can't. He can only make 3 because, again, he just remaxed.
Yeah, it's not that he doesn't have the resources. No, he's maxed out. He just can't make more.
Needs to lose more of his mutas. God damn it.
Maybe some workers.
Yeah. You could definitely argue maybe some workers as well. Another Ling run by. Again, BabyMarine on top of keeping his SCVs alive. And now finally pushing onto creep.
Yeah, he has to be very careful because there's an army right behind him and it's running into the Marines right now.
Oh, exactly. Widowmine shots are half decent. Ultras reveal themselves, so a little bit of a miss rally here. The first Ultra almost gets picked off.
It was so close. It was like one shot away.
Yeah. Oh, the Infestors are coming in. Do we have energy for a Fungal? We do!
Ooh, those are some solid fungus on a lot of the bio, and GG is called straight there.
Mixu, he takes game number 2. He takes the series 2-0. Ah.
GG.
GG. Well played.
No, yeah, well played. Like very, very strong macro games from Mixu. Like, you know, a lot of the engagements. There you go. That's a word. From BabyMarine like looked really good, and like he was actually winning some of those. But in terms of like general like macro and like control of the map or control of the situations, like it was definitely Mixu's game.
Yeah, I think we all have to admit here that at least in this matchup, Mixu is a little bit above BabyMarine at the moment. He does feel like a little bit on another level. Obviously, I'm not going to say like he's at the top of Europe. No. He's not a Cyril, he's not a Rainer, he's not a Lambo. But yeah, like that was a really impressive showing by Mixu. Like he looked really good.
Yeah.
And yeah, congratulations to Mixu. He slaps down BabyMarine 2-0, and now he's going to move on in the bracket. And let's have a look at the bracket to see if he already has an opponent.